You'll give birth at home on the floor. Look how soft and comfortable it is.
What? No, I'm giving birth at the hospital.
No, dear, you won't. We don't have insurance.
Kevin, what are you talking about? I've been cleaning houses during my pregnancy to save up for insurance. I gave all that money to you so you could get it.
Yes, but I spent it on something more useful. Look out the window.
A car? You bought a new car?
Not just a car, a convertible. Come on, I'll give you a ride.
A year ago, my mom begged me not to marry Kevin. She said that I'd suffer because of his frivolity.
Look, isn't it perfect? This baby was my life dream, and now it's mine.
But the worst was yet to come. We urgently had to go to the hospital.
What happened?
This is the first time in 6 months that I don't feel the baby moving.
Without insurance, the doctors will charge us an unbearable bill.
We might lose the baby.
Well, maybe it's for the best. I mean, babies cost so much money, you know. Plus, I never really wanted a baby. It happened by accident.
Kevin's words hurt my heart. But for the sake of our baby, I had to swallow that insult. Darling, take me to the hospital, please. I'll earn money later and pay the bill myself. I promise.
Okay, get in the car.
I was counting the minutes to the hospital. And was happy when I saw a familiar building. However, Kevin drove by it without stopping. Turn around. We drove past the hospital.
I know, we're not going there.
Soon, Kevin stopped near an unfamiliar house. Where have you taken me?
My mistress lives here. She's a midwife. She always knew about you. Now you'll know about her too.
A surprised redhead girl opened the door.
Hi, dear. I need your help. Help my wife deliver the baby, please. This baby hasn't been born yet, but it's already costing me money.
Sure, honey, I'll take care of it. Please go rest. Husbands' mistresses are usually hated. But I was ready to worship Kevin's mistress, Kim, for how brave she was. Tell me, how can I help you? I haven't felt the baby move for an hour now. Hold on, we need to lock this bastard inside. Now let's go to the hospital. The doctors immediately scheduled me for a C-section and said that if we had arrived 5 minutes later, the baby wouldn't have survived. Luckily, my son was born healthy. Giving birth without insurance in this hospital is very expensive. However, there are good news. Kevin has been arrested. And now you can dispose of his property as you wish. I think the money from selling his favorite car will cover the hospital debt. Thank you, Kim. I'll pay the hospital soon, but I'll always owe you for saving my baby's life. Remember, God works in mysterious ways. You just have to believe in God, just like He believes in you. I lost a child while we were playing hide and seek. 3 months ago, I got a job as a nanny for the girl our generous mayor adopted. Watching her was pure pleasure, and I fell in love with little Lucy right away. Once I gave her an expensive bear that repeated every word she said. Lucy liked it so much that she didn't part with it. But something terrible happened a month ago. Playing hide and seek ended up with Lucy disappearing. We searched everywhere, but to no avail. And after 3 hours of searching, Mr. Diggory received a terrible letter that said the girl was kidnapped and that if her father wanted her back, he must pay a ransom. The said Mr. Diggory sent me home. Ignoring the upcoming elections, he started looking for ransom money to help Lucy. I was in shock. Upon leaving, I forgot my bag and I had to come back.
A single father whose adopted daughter was kidnapped. What can cause more sympathy? Pity will make these single South citizens vote for me, and I will be re-elected for a second term.
I literally froze in shock. And I didn't have time to notice that the mayor's door was opening.
Did you hear something?
Was kidnapping Lucy your plan?
Shut up. If you tell anyone. Although no one will believe you.
After saying that, he went down to the living room where the noise of reporters came from. This liar started telling people that despite his stress, he raised funds and was preparing to pay the ransom. And if one of the residents lost a child, he said he would do the same.
After all, our children are the most precious thing.
I wanted to go to the reporters or call the police, but the mayor's words that no one would believe me stopped me. I left the mayor's house and started thinking about how to save Lucy and bring Mr. Diggory to light. I walked outside for several hours. And I saw how well Diggory's plan worked. After all, his ratings skyrocketed. I had no idea what surprise was waiting for me at home. Little Lucy stood in my hallway. I ran up to hug her, but I was stopped. Cops broke into my house, handcuffed me, and escorted me to their police car.
You are accused of kidnapping a child.
The detectives started interrogating me. And I told them everything I knew. But no one believed me. And then the mayor asked the detective to leave the office.
If only you didn't poke your nose into other people's business.
I saw Lucy standing outside the door with a teddy bear. An idea flashed through my head and I grabbed at my tiny chance of salvation. Can I at least say goodbye to Lucy? Lucy ran up to me and I whispered something in her ear. Detective! I screamed so loud that he ran into the room. Then I gave him the teddy bear and asked him to press its tummy. I was over the moon because an expensive toy turned out to be better than a voice recorder. The only place we didn't look for Lucy was the mayor's office where he had kept her. So the toy recorded his whole plan.
This piece of evidence destroyed Mr. Diggory's political career and sent him to jail. As for me and Lucy, I took custody of her, and her nanny became her mother. Selfless love is a shield that protects a loving person from any kind of evil.
My parents told me to leave my baby with the man who knocked me up. My father found a husband for me a long time ago. He wanted to marry me off to his business partner, Bruce, an old and vile miser. My father had only power and money on his mind, and Bruce needed a young and virgin girl.
Get rid of the baby by any means. We'll pretend you're still a virgin and hand you to Bruce.
I thought my mother would support me, but all I got from her was indifference. Honey, you gave me a headache. Deal with it yourself, far away from here. That's how my own parents kicked their pregnant daughter out of the house. I went back to Jacob, the father of my child, and told him that my parents wouldn't help us. However, his reply shocked me.
I'm still sowing my oats and was only ready to become a father if your parents were willing to pay for everything.
I had to learn to live on my own. Miraculously, I got a job as a waitress at a cafe across town. Because no one wanted to hire a pregnant woman. Everyone judged and despised me. What a shame. Just look at that girl. Ew, a single mother, and so young. I would be so ashamed. Only my colleague Bill tried to help me.
What are you doing? Pregnant women shouldn't lift heavy stuff.
He genuinely cared for me. I soon realized that he liked me. But I didn't care because I still loved Jacob. He would call me from time to time.
Hi, baby. Have you made up with your parents yet? No? Sorry, I'm busy.
But one day, I saw him with another girl, and my heart just shattered. Jacob, what's going on?
Who are you? I don't know you. They have some crazy people here.
But you're the father of my child.
I would never date a poor waitress. My fiancé is a billionaire heiress.
My last hopes were crushed. Jacob turned out to be an ordinary gold digger. I was all alone and had no other choice but to get rid of the baby. Hello? I'd like to sign up for an abortion. However, 15 minutes before the procedure, Bill burst into my room.
You are a wonderful girl, and you won't forgive yourself if you do this. I'll do my best to keep you and your baby safe.
Several years have passed since then. I worked hard, and despite all the difficulties, I managed to become a famous writer. That night, I went to a show and saw a familiar face in the dressing room. It was Jacob, and he immediately recognized me. But unlike him, I didn't want to get my revenge anymore. Amanda, how did you become so successful? Did your parents support you? No, I'm an orphan. and I would never have succeeded in life if it wasn't for my husband Bill and my son Billy Jr. Family isn't always about blood. It's the people in your life who want you in theirs. The ones who would do anything to see you smile.